Hello and welcome back to the NFL Pick'em Pick Show presented by Underdog Fantasy, where we're going to go over our top 6 picks and send a flex entry. A 6-banger to make some big money for this Sunday, week 11. I'm your host, Tyler Wiemann. And if you have not already joined Underdog, you should absolutely do it. You can use all these picks or only a couple of them if you want. And join Underdog. Use promo code LineStar. It does give you 1 free month of our LineStar app. So come join us. Use promo code LineStar. Now, before we get into it, also come join us at Props Optimizer. It is our absolutely free prop betting platform on iOS and Android. Apple App Store, Google App Store. Go there. Give us a review. Download it. You can find all these picks and many, many more. Now, let's dig into it and see what we can uncover. We're going to start with Puka Nacua, higher than 88.5 receiving yards, and we're going to that higher number. Our projection is 95. The consensus projection is 85. But Puka is just a total beast, and I think we need to stay in the flames here. He has been over in 67% of the last 18 games. He is averaging 96.9 yards on the season. While Seattle is a tough matchup, we've seen good receivers really go nuts against them. And I think this is a game that both teams could keep throwing into the late aspect of the game, just raising everybody's ceiling. And Puka Nacua is a guy that just keeps getting it done time in and time again. He got hurt in their week 9 matchup, and so we don't have much stats from that one. Last year's week 9 matchup. They haven't matched this year. They only played once last year. And then in 2023, he had a week 1 game where he went for 119 yards and his other game was 70 yards. He is even a better receiver than he was now. I think there's a huge ceiling in this spot, and they were home. It's going to be hard for Seattle Seahawks to slow down Puka Nacua. Now, let's go Jahmyr Gibbs, and we're going higher than 20.5 rushing yards. Gibbs, we know he's a total beast. Another aspect, there is no Sam Laporta. The middle of the field is going to be a little more open for Gibbs to do some work, and they're going to need him against a very tough Eagles defense. Gibbs has been over in 65% of his games over the last 20 games. And the Philadelphia Eagles are giving up 35 yards per game receiving to the running back. I think this is a great spot. And Gibbs is so dynamic and so versatile, they're going to want to make sure they get him in space. The rush D is extremely good for the Eagles, so this is an interesting spot to get a little different and go Jahmyr Gibbs higher than 20.5. Now, that was the last game of the night. We're going to go to the first game of the day, and we're going Marcus Mariota higher than 202.5 passing yards. Look, he doesn't have a ton of starts this year, but he has 207, 156 versus Atlanta, and then 213 and 213 in his last 2. If you go back to last year, he's also done decently in his starts. He is now against a Miami Dolphins pass D that isn't that great, giving up 220.2 yards per game, and they're above average in that pass yards department. I think Marcus Mariota is a safe bet for over 202, and that is why we're going that way. Next, we got a Harold Fannin higher than 36.5 receiving yards. Our projection is 43.8. The consensus is 38.9. And Fannin is averaging 44 this season. He's been playing more than Njoku over, the last stretch of games. That is why I'm picking him over Njoku. Njoku has been right around 60-ish% his last 3 games, where Fannin is up more like 80%. In a game that profiles as them coming from behind, They are 7.5-point underdogs. I would expect the Browns to throw a ton, and where they throw the most is to the tight end, to Fannin, into Njoku. I think this line is just a little low. It's fairly safe, and the Ravens are giving up 55 yards per game to the tight end. So let's go. Fannin, higher. Next, we got a little bit of a stack here, and we're going Keon Coleman, higher than 2.5 receptions. Our LineStar projections 3.5. Consensus is 2.7. But he has been over in 8 of 10 games this year. And we have no Dalton Kincaid. With that, the targets are going to be going to Coleman, to Shakir, to the receivers. And I think 2.5 line is just too low. He's averaging 3.6 receptions per game, and he's facing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are giving up one of the highest amount of receptions to wide receivers in the league on a per game basis. I think Keon Coleman is in a great spot to go over 2.5. Next, we got Kahlil Shakir, higher than 47.5 receiving yards. He's been over 9 of 19, 47% over the last 19 games. He is going to be the number one option without Kincaid out there. He works in a similar area of the field, and he's going to have it all to himself. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are giving up 186.5 yards per game. Shakir is going to rack up targets, and he's going to rack up some receptions. And 47.5 is just low when on the year he's averaging 50.8. And then you take Kincaid off the field, and it just looks even better for him. Last week, he had 9 targets for 7 receptions and 58 yards. And Kincaid only played 26% of the snaps. I would expect Shakir to take a lot of that Kincaid volume like he did last week. So those are our 6 picks for you guys. Flex entry is 25x. What we got is Marcus Mariota over 202.5. And our projection on that is 22.4. The consensus is 208.5. Kahlil Shakir over 45.5. When I went to put it in, luckily that one dropped for me, so I got it for 2 yards under. I'm fine if you get it for 47. Great if you get it for 45.5. Next, we got Keon Coleman over 2.5 receptions per game. The man's averaging 3.6. We got Puka Nacua, who's averaging well over 90 yards per game. We have Harold Fannin over 36.5 receiving yards and Jahmyr Gibbs over 21.5. That's 21x or 25x, sorry. I wish you guys the best of luck on this slate, and please come join us at Props Optimizer and on LineStar or on Underdog using promo code LineStar if you don't already have a account with them. That'll do it for us today. Please hit that like button, subscribe, comment, do all that great stuff. We will see you next week. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Let's make some money. Talk to y'all later. Peace.